This is Barrett Batts, and this is my informative speech. Note cards. What do you run? Just to touch on what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the John Deere DBC series planters. I'm a fourth generation farmer from Clinton, Kentucky. We farm about 7,000 acres, and we've always used the John Deere series DB planters. Just a little bit of what I'm going to talk about today is the possibilities and the options you can use with the DB series planters. Why John Deere decided to make such a large scale John Deere DB planter, or why they decided to make the DB series planters, what it takes or what you need to have, what size tractor you've got to have to pull or to be able to transport and maneuver one of these planters, and what kind of row spacing and availability you can get in them. ExactRate, fertilizer, MaxEmerge, and pre-emerge are a few of the options you can get with the DB series planter. You can get it on the DB44s, the DB60s, the DB80s, 90s, and the DB120s. ExactRate is compatible with MaxEmerge and ExactEmerge, and what I mean by that is instead of fertilizing after you plant, you have a fertilizer tank on your planter, and why not knock out two birds with one stone? According to Deere, that is one of the most efficient ways to be able to plant. You can get that on all the DB series planters. Personally, we don't run that because we don't have as much ground to cover as you do out west, which brings me to my next point. John Deere introduced the DB series planters because of how farming has gotten such on a large scale in today's time. Large scale planters are a necessity to anybody that farms 6,000 plus acres, especially out west where they're planting 60, 70,000 acres. The quicker you can plant it, the better and the more yield you can get. You have time frames from April 4th to June 14th is when you need to get your corn in, and from June 14th to July or to May 4th is when you need to have your beans in, because that's when you get the most yield, which that's why John Deere made such a large scale planter, the DBC series planter. And according to Farm Progress, the DB series planter is a necessity, especially to large scale farmers. What do you need to pull a John Deere planter? You need, according to HudsonIncorporated.com, Mike Pritzer, a John Deere seed specialist, sort of seeder specialist, a planter specialist, says to pull a DB80, you need a 350 horsepower tractor or bigger. Personally, we at the farm, we run two DB60s and a DB90. And on both of our DB60s, we run a 460 horsepower tractor, and on our DB90 we run a 620 horsepower tractor. And I do agree with Mike Pritzer from Hudson Incorporated, because those planters are heavy, especially if you're using ExactRate with the MaxEmerge and ExactEmerge fertilizer applicators on the planters. Now, which brings me to my next point, is what do you get? How do these planters get so heavy, and what spacings, what row spacings, why are they so big? on a DB60, you can get a 36 row 20-inch planter, which means they have 36 units and they're 20-inch rows apart. You can get a 47-15, which is 47 rows, 15 inches apart, and a 48-15. The difference between a 48-15 and a 47-15 is because they're split. A 47 has a split row. A DB80, you can get a 48 row 20-inch spacing. DB90, a 54 row 20-inch spacing, and a DB120, which is a 120-foot planter, you can get a 48 row 30-inch spacing. Today, I tried my best to inform you about a John Deere planter, the DB series planter specifically. I went over what options and availability you can get on them, the large scale planning, why John Deere made the DB series planter, and what you need to pull it, how big of a tractor you need to transport it and maneuver it, and row spacings. What kind of row spacings? Why are they so wide and why are they so big? I hope you were able to learn just a little bit about the DB series planter. Thank you.